So, but I asked her.
Actually, we ate at the Wild Boar. Isn't that what that was called? The Boar something or other in Tallinn? What's the name of that restaurant? Matt and I ate there while you were in the casino.
Well, I wouldn't know. Oh yeah, that was pretty stupid. So I go in a casino, you know, and I get out of there, and I had also won a bottle of champagne, you know. So it's like, I don't know, 12, 1 o'clock at night, you know, and I'm moving around there, you know, and with my champagne bottle, you know, this old man, you know, and all of a sudden, one guy comes up to me and he says, "Do you know about this restaurant?" And gives me a slip of paper, you know. And next thing I know, you know, my wallet leaves my pocket, you know. And I must have said something like, whatever, you know. And they dropped the wallet on the street. But they could have just as well taken off or whatever, you know. But they didn't.
You scared them.
Well, I can keep saying I'm so lucky.
You
That was
were.
stupid, yeah.
Did it take anything out of the wallet?
No. I guess when I felt it, when it left, you know, I must have said something. Please give me my wallet back or something polite like that. You know.
Okay, I would like to challenge the Ray children who are here. Where'd Susan go?
Oh.
Mike, you can go first. Say Dad's, in the microphone, Dad's favorite saying when we were kids. Let's see if you can repeat it.
I would say it wrong. I want to say it, but it's going to be wrong. 'Cause Dad's going to correct me, but I got to tell you, I was lucky to be in Estonia in 1995 with Dad. And, you know, he's trying to teach me how to say some of the words in Estonian. So we're walking, Dad keeps correcting me. I say it again, he corrects me. Say it again. I'm walking with Yak, Neme, and some other guy. And so then I think Yak turns to me, he says, "Your father doesn't even speak it very well."
Oh, you make that.
I'm going to say this, it's going to be wrong. Kalna sia kume eta.
That's kind of how I say it. Okay, I get to say it. I get to be on film. Carol Nasia Kumaheda.
You win. Where's Sue?
Where's Sue?
You went to the
But Dad will tell you.
Wait, you can't say yeah. Where's Sue?
Can anyone guess what that would mean? Do you remember, Tony? Hi, Steve. Tara.
Hey, see.
Waiting on
That's
Sue.
not an easy language. It's so that finish here. The way it goes, like one word, the way the ending is, can change 14 different ways. So you say one word like house, Maya. So you say Mayas, Mayaga, Mayata, Yani, Erasi. Just different ways of saying it, you know. And I can't imagine somebody learning that then. It's going to be awfully difficult.
Grandpa, do you think it's a healthy language? Do you think it'll be around for a while? Or what do you think?
Surprisingly, I still, you know, the university, I have my certain language, you know, and I think that survived because a lot of these small languages have gone, you know, flat on.
Can you give us like a lesson, like the days of the week and the numbers, and you can say it, we can all repeat it. Steve, you can go over there and get all of us making fools of ourselves. You want to do that?
Sure.
Film all of us, a little
Great.
language lesson here. All right, go. You guys ready?
What, you want the numbers?
Yeah. Come on, where's Sarah?
Yeah, the language expert.
Can she do the teaching for us?
Yeah, well, I wanted her to. I bought the same tape and book. I have not yet. Well, I actually put it in the other day
Is that right?
in the car, but I needed the book. Yeah, Maria was listening.
I couldn't understand it earlier. I don't know.
No, there was a time when I paid for each word you guys would learn.
Word for tree is
25 cents each.
You told me.
word for tree was poo. Something like that. I don't know. I just remember thinking it was funny.
It was a poo. It's a poo. You're right.
Yes. Yes.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. You want your quarter now?
Wait.
degrees feels good.
I don't say it right, I'm sorry.
So go ahead, start with the numbers. We'll do it.
No, the Finnish and Estonians, they are pretty close, you know. And just to give you an example, like for the numbers, you know, Estonians say yks. That's number one. One. Now the Finnish guys say yksi. So yks, kaks, they say yksi, kaksi, you know. So it's very, very similar.
Really good. You you have to go to the microphone and say Dad's favorite saying when we were children. You have to go.
Have you guys done it?
Mike and I have done it. Yes.
Yeah, we had our laughs.
Alright.
No matter what I say, I'm gonna say it wrong. It would be Kerna, Sina, Kuma, Ada.
Nice try. Very, very smooth. This is slow. Very slowly. Karnas, Seal, Grimma, Hedda.
We were close.
Yeah.
Who was closest, Dad?
I can't.
What does that mean?
I can't even tell who's the funniest.
What does it mean?
What does
What
it
does it
mean?
mean?
What does it mean?
Oh, yeah, you don't know that.
Microphone.
Oh, I know.
The pig down the lane. The words has so many complaints or something. The word
Yeah.
complaints that
Now the pig would actually, now my English is even stupid. Oh yeah, the pickled warts has 10 complaints.
Yeah. That's what we heard all of our lives. And we were like pigs with warts with many complaints.
I thought it meant you have more complaints than a pig with warts. That's what I grew up thinking.
Yeah, no,
Pretty much.
give that.
We weren't allowed to stomp our feet either.
Right.
Michael had a question. I'm sorry. I know you had something else. He wants to know how many casinos in the world have you been thrown out of?
Just one.
And he wants to know why, if it could be a family story.
No, that was the casino you were at in Sawa. Well, I guess they figured that I know how to play the game. Because they really play stupid. Well, they get better with it. That's how they stupid way to play blackjack.
Do you remember your first game of blackjack?
Sort of, we went to Las Vegas, you know, and I read a book about it, so, you know, I knew a little bit. But one of my, well, my only sin now is playing blackjack.
You're only what?
What do you say? My only sin nowadays, yeah. But I enjoy it. I make no excuses. And I play a lot. There used to be maybe a year ago, I go like 4 times a week. I play blackjack. And it's a very small casino. They know me. Bring my coffee or whatever, automatically. They recognize me. And I've been so lucky too, because there's some raffles. I won a car, the raffle. I sent some of you a picture I won. The television set, get on the raffle. And then on the ATV,
Are you the only one who puts anything in the raffle?
No.
Are you the only one who plays?
No. You
sure?
get the raffle tickets there, like playing blackjack, and if you get a 21 with 4 cards or more, then you get a ticket. They put your name on it, and then they put it in that big barrel.
They don't want you to leave the casino by it.
So I remember seeing a spreadsheet about casino visits. Do you still keep track of that, right?
Oh yeah, no.
Tell everybody what you actually do.
What?
The spreadsheet.
I record everything.
Dad records the date, how many hours he played or minutes,
Yeah.
how much money was won or lost. I mean, it's just a statistical. Me, I couldn't write on it.
Remember those great stats he kept when we played baseball,
Yeah.
softball? Those were great. Every season, every little stat when we played. It was
Can
awesome.
I tell a story?
Yes, you may.
If there was a time when Dad used to place bets on basketball games or the like,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I just quit.
yeah, he just quit it.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, I introduced him to the guy that he was doing the betting with, and Dad would do it on the phone, and he'd make the bets, and then sometimes they'd go over, okay, who owes what, how much money, and Dad would say, no, it's $10, and the guy would say, oh, I got $5. Dad would say, no, I got 10, and he'd go through it, and the guy would say, you know, you're right. So I think that happened twice, maybe. And then from then on, the guy never said what his numbers were. He said, okay, what's the score? And Dad would tell. And that's what it was. He says, your father's the most honest man I've ever met.
So can you tell the children here what you love about this country that the good Lord put you in? It's the United States of America.
There's hardly anything not to love. No, I don't know if you guys will realize how lucky you are to live in this country. And you know, there's no reason to leave the country just because of Obama. You know, we still have to put up with it.
All right, we'll stick it out, Dad. We'll stick it out.
And there's 48 elections going on, you know. And I was a Republican at that time, and I wasn't even living here. I can't figure out why I got here.
So who was the first president you voted for, then?
Well, I got my citizenship when.
But it's not.
Well, I probably didn't even. No, I did vote, you know. Was it Eisenhower? No. So anyhow, you know, I really started thinking about it. You know. I was lucky to get out of Estonia live. I was lucky to get out of Germany. I was lucky to end up in the United States of America. I was lucky to get married at the right time. I was lucky to have children. I was lucky to have grandchildren. I'm just a lucky person.
Yes, you want to be.
Yes.
Amen. Aww, and sing and dance.
What kind of car did you want when you were 30? What kind of car did you want when you were 30? Yeah, what kind of car?
It's important to those boys.
Yeah.
Focus for a second.
You know,
Careful, Michael.
76?
What kind of car do you want, Michael?
A Lamborghini?
Start saving.
I know.
All right, to the quiet grandchildren who haven't asked any questions.
you know, Mikey Joe, that'd be a nice birthday present for me too, a couple years from now.
Okay, Grandpa, how about any advice for us?
Live happily ever after. No, just nobody, please. Just don't complain. Don't ever complain. That's one thing I truly hate, is people complain,
Oh.
bitch, bitch, bitch.
So say it again. Say the saying. Do you want to end with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, oh, you got a question. All right.
But no, you can say it. No, I just wanted to
Shut
hear
up.
the story about how you met Grandma. I just wanted to hear the story about how you met Grandma.
Oh, the dance. We were in service, so we, you know, every, I think it's every Saturday, you know, we buy a bottle of whiskey and we go to dance.
This is
Of
great.
course.
Kind of like X-rated now.
Well, that's what we did, yeah.
Who was she with?
Hey, Norma. Yeah.
Who's Norma?
Well, that was your mother's best friend, I guess, at the time. So, yeah, that's Norma.
What was your whiskey of choice?
The cheapest whiskey you could buy.
It's like Natty Light today for beer.
No, that we got that figured down. You know.
How old were you and how old was Grandma when you guys?
I was younger in those days. But yeah,
I don't know. Is it?
I was 24, I guess. Yeah, 20, 24, 23. Something.
And who were you with?
I had my buddy Bill Owens.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, no,
Were you in the military?
if the United States Air Force called, you know, military than this.
Grandkid. I don't think any of the grandkids knew that. Did you guys know that?
Yeah,
What do you mean he was talking about?
He's been
earlier?
talking about.
You were getting me a beer.
Nathan.
You said you had a buddy in Estonia, Ray. Did he come to the United States?
Yeah, right. No, he ended up in California. He turned out to be a college professor, and a couple of years back he died.
Ray or Rain?
Rain.
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 That's
Yeah,
my
Rain
godfather.
turned.
Right.
Rain Turn.
Yeah,
Rain and Irene.
yeah, right.
Who was the friends in Lakewood?
Lakewood. Oh, that's Ray Johnson.
They were there too, but Estonia, were they in Cleveland Heights?
Oh, yeah, that was Helmi and Norbert.
Oh, I remember
Right.
them.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving people.
Oh,
Where
that
did
was
they go?
They in Kansas, I think.
They were Estonian. So how did you know them?
Well, I knew Helmi. I was in a TP camp with her. You know, Helmi is Ilmar's sister.
Okay.
Who's Ilmar?
Who's Ilmar? Ilmar's Helmi's brother.
Good one, Dad.
How did they end up in Cleveland?
Who?
Hilliard.
Helmi. Well, probably trained like I am.
Oh,
Did they come from Tartu? Dad, did they come from Tartu? They came from Tartu too?
No, I met him at the camp.
At the camp. Oh wow.
No, Helmi, I don't know. Because I know they did, Helmi and there's another sister and Ilmar, you know, they didn't have any parents. Well, yeah, way back they did, but
if you say it so, Dad.
no, things you learn
History
nowadays.
according to Dad.
I'm a medical advisor. That's all factual. Yeah.
So was it Rain who came from all the way from Tartu? You knew him in Tartu?
That was great, yeah.
Yeah. So you were buddies then.
Yeah. Got another chance to walk him along. And he also Czechoslovakia.
And you were also a softball star, right?
Well,
Underhand
I
pitching.
probably said that, yeah.
Oh,
Can't be verified.
How did you end up in Philadelphia in 1955?
Well, I got out of service and then I was looking for a job, you know, so I, no skills, no nothing, you know. So I guess I went to Honeywell, you know, and they gave me some tests, you know. And Pauline was working as a secretary someplace, you know. So I had no money worries, you know, she was working, money coming in. And then I took this test at Honeywell and they said, we'll call you. climb up to the apartment the way I put my feet on the wall, you know, and waiting for it will call you. And your mother said, that's all what they always say. I don't know. So that embarrassed me a bit, so I went to Univac and as well we got a class starting at Univac, you know, in Philadelphia. If you want that, get going. So I took that, and then in Philadelphia I got this letter from Honeywell that was accepted. See, I should have went.
And why did you choose Cleveland?
Cleveland, that was so easy. Then we had this UNIVAC school. Of course, you know, learning about the computers. Nobody even knew I didn't even know the word computer. And they said, well, the computer school, you know. So he goes to binary arithmetic and, you know, electronics and, you know, so, you know, handle this thing, you know. So what's the question? Why did I say that?
How'd you end up in Cleveland?
Oh, okay. So that school, you know, you start from scratch, trying to teach people, you know, what the computers are. And that took, I don't know, that took better than half a year. So we got through with the school, and then they gave me three choices what my assignment could be, you know. They said, well, you will stay here in Philadelphia and teach, you know, what I just learned. Number one, or go to Boston, or go to Cleveland. No, I didn't care about this teaching stuff. And then going to Boston, I said, well, that's out. That's too close to in-laws. Then you know, by process elimination, here we are.
Get away from Plan B.
Oh my God! I never knew that.
Yeah. Well, Cleveland, I also hope to get back to Minneapolis, you know, that was the headquarters, you know, home office for, you know, that.
So how long did you know my mother before you married her?
I don't know, it must have been weeks and weeks. But I can remember one thing, you know, I guess, I don't know whose idea it was for her to come and meet my aunt and uncle. And that time, I guess we were sort of talking about, you know, maybe getting married because Doc, you know, her father had bought a case of good booze and all that stuff. So we had to do that like a lot of service, you know. So she flies to Minneapolis, and I was stationed in Wisconsin at the time, so I hitchhiked on a cattle truck, you know, the pigs, you know, and she's flying first class. So we, yeah.
Going.
So we end up in, you know, in Fargo, North Dakota. That's where my aunt and uncle are. And I was driving around there, you know, showing the high school I went to, you know. I did go to high school. And we driving by the courthouse, and I said, you know, I wonder what the hell you do in the state to get married. We don't know. So we went in, you know, and, well, we usually have a waiting time, this and that, but you're in the service, you know. They don't really need that. Then needed to get some lab work done, you know, whatever lab and stuff, you know. My uncle working on that there, so that was no problem. And then I guess you're supposed to, not being a Catholic, you're supposed to get some instructions, you know. So what to see the priest and say, well, that's all right in the service, you know. Way back, you know. So I think it was just like 3 days after I had done this beautiful proposition, there we was, getting married.
How much longer afterward did you find out you guys were pregnant, and how did she tell you?
Well, it wasn't like a custom nowadays that you had to do that, marry stuff, you know. No, we got married in
October 2nd.
October 2nd, and when was your
I was
birthday?
born September 6th. Like,
So it's, you know, someone can figure this out, you know.
Tony's here.
Took you 2 months. Yeah.
So how did she tell you? How did she tell you? And how did you celebrate?
Didn't celebrate, that was a real bummer. Well, gee,
Poor Mike.
What did you just say?
Well, it was a bummer when he found out, but then when I was born, it all went out.
well, I was never told about it, yeah. No, no, the plans were for me to go to school. I had applied to University of Minnesota, and and all that stuff. And she'd be working, and so she gets pregnant. I can't go to school. I have to look for a job, and that's a bummer.
How long did it take you to graduate from college? You're not complaining, are you?
Change that. Oh!
I need a mathematician for that.
Dad used to he worked at Case, and he went to school there, one class a quarter or two a semester?
Definitely, I know. I was taking heavy load.
Heavy load, and every weekend it was be quiet, shh, Dad's doing a paper, shh. And then of course back then there's no computers, he writes it, gives it to Mom, the secretary, she types it, Dad reviews it, marks it up, Mom retypes it, Dad reviews it. Now you can imagine, back then we're not understanding the whole dynamics there, but now you can imagine back and forth. It was tense on some Sundays.
Can you imagine? Now you do the word, and you misspell something, you just move the sentence around. Oh, now you guys got it made. Now everything, even these little handheld computers, and stuff like that, because at a function you do your calculus and stuff like that. Like some of the stuff, for me to figure out, what the hell's going on, you try to plot a few spots, and see what the hell's going on, So you, what a world you live in.
Well, Michael's got I'm sure it's a great question.
Yes, it is. It's about you.
Oh, it's about me.
Now you
Pull him back.
What was my dad's name if he was a girl? What would his name be?
What he means is, he's wondering, if you and Mom are wondering, all right, if it's a boy, we're going to name him, and if it's a girl, we're going to name him.
Would have been married.
What
No,
would
we
it
never got to teach people that stuff,
Oh.
If it comes, we just come up with something.
Oh, you know what? Oh, wait, I got a question.
Oh, no.
Can I ask? My name, everybody, is Vombola Michael Ray Jr. Why did you guys call me Michael? No,
That's no, that'd be difficult thing to put on a kid, I think.
Yeah, kids would mock him.
I was thinking, this is what I've told people. I says, I think my mom said, okay, we'll name him Vombola, but we're going to call him Michael.
That might have been it.
Come on, Michael. Got another one? Tony's got one. No, you didn't? Yeah.
I guess I can ask, what about your first week in Boston? Do you remember what you did the first day?
I don't think we were
Microphone.
that long in Boston. Just in my face.
He listens to his mother.
No, Boston, I think we got right on the plane more or less, until we stayed in Minneapolis at the pastor's house. And I remember little Anna, like we driving through cities and, you see all these lights, and after a war in Europe, you never saw all these great lights and stuff, And she embarrassed the hell of me in my mind. Thinking back, it's sort of funny, but at that time, she's just going, yeah, the lights, and never seen that before, for a little kid, it's something.
Do you feel strange at all coming to a country that was allies with the communists?
No, I didn't think of that way, but yeah, that's unbelievable. And of course, that's another damn stupid Democrat, Roosevelt selling down the damn river, the whole Europe. And afterward, how many people suffered because of that decision, that they did at Yalta and whatever else, Atlantic Charter and you name it. No, that's a shame. Shame, shame, shame. But anyway, that's one of the reasons I'm not a Democrat. Somebody might have guessed by now.
So what did Doc do with the case of booze?
He probably drank it. he never gave me one bottle. Well, he was sort of tipped off, I imagine, you know. Because all of a sudden he had planned a wedding, and, you know, and all of a sudden, you know, he just hears about it, you know. I imagine he was tipped.
So how was that first Rhode Island homecoming then? Like how long after you got married in North Dakota, when did you go back to Rhode Island to see?
Well, then my leave was up, so I got an extension on my leave, you know, so she flew back, she had a job in Rhode Island, and I went back to the base, and then, you know, I got off the base, I had to buy a car and buy an apartment, and I got off base. But one of the things I remember about that is at the base, you know, we had great breakfast, you know. There was a small base. We had a long range radar thing, you know, it was a radar mechanic. And yeah, this great breakfast. You go in, that, you know, the cook says, what, the eggs and stuff, bacon, whatever, you know. So when I got married, you know, of course, you know, your mother get married, you know, at King Louis, you know, for husband, you can make a great breakfast, great. I mean, would you do that? Yeah, I did that. So I had this great breakfast at home. Then about an hour later, by the time I got to the base, I had another breakfast, because the breakfast cost 35 cents at the base, you know. It was, well, it was about 10 or so I think it's 35, and what I think, 40. Yeah, well, that was dinner was good, 40. And you know, that's a honey. Yeah, that's good.
So when did you meet Grandma? Blandine and Doc after the wedding?
Well, Blandine I met before, but Doc, no.
Oh, you had never met Grandpa.
No.
Oh.
Well, I guess he liked the idea of servicemen married to the daughter. I wouldn't like it.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, right.
Well, your grandparents in Estonia. Wait, who didn't like the marriages going on there? Your father or your mother's family didn't want her to marry your father? Is that correct? Because he was in the service.
Yeah, my dad was. Well, I don't know. I'm just assuming that's what happened. Because, you know, my mother turned out to be not a favorite daughter because of that, I think. But I don't know that for sure. I'm just putting that. Nobody likes the serviceman.
So,
Mom did.
So what was it like when you went back to Estonia after having not been there for, what was it, 20, how long?
Yeah, that's many years. No, that was exciting. Exciting, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that was his first time. What I did to get back, I guess the first time, you know, you need to have a visa, and you have to have a hotel room and all that stuff, you know. So in a Russian consulate in Stockholm, there was an Estonian guy that my brother knew. So at that time we planned it this way. On a business trip I was in Vienna. So I figured, well, the thing blew. I took a train from Vienna to Stockholm. It was a nice overnighter and all that stuff, you know. So I figured from there then, you know, I go to the consulate, the Russian consulate, and get this visa, and then I get to, you know, fly to from Stockholm to Helsinki. And that was a lot of fun because I had my luggage, I didn't know what to do, and I got off the train and, then I went to consulate, talked to the guy and I had to get a postcard or something, and my car was on a strange city with it and all that stuff. So I got that all together and I missed my plane. They had a controversy on the next plane coming a couple hours later, so I got to a hotel in Helsinki. And then it was all downhill. I got a ship from Helsinki to Tallinn at that time.
You stayed in Tallinn?
I guess you should have because they put me in a hotel apartment. I guess it was, according to the sources, they listened to everything I had to do to say there, And they also had a chauffeur. They had a driver with a car for me that I never used,
This is before the Iron Curtain. This is before 1991.
Yeah, right. So that's in 1988, I think.
So it's 3 years before people started declaring independence.
So at that time, they were looking at all the foreigners at this time very closely.
And who did you have your reunion with? Who was waiting for you?
Oh, that was my brother and his wife. They were at the house. And that was a reunion. I don't want to talk about all my boozing, but but again, I think the night before we stayed in Tallinn, and had a few drinks. Yeah, that was exciting, and I had really forgotten a lot of my Estonian, so I learned a lot since then. As I learn Estonian, I forget the English, so I'm sort of staying even.
You have a dream now. Do you dream in Estonian or do you dream in English?
I tend to do a lot of things in Estonian now. Like that.
It's great driving in Estonia with Dad, and he's talking to you in English, telling you this and that, and then all of a sudden he's in Estonian. He has no idea he's speaking in Estonian. And we're just going, yeah, Dad.
Yeah.
It was fun. So can you tell us how the Iron Curtain fell down? Singing Revolution?
Oh. Are you gonna show them?
Well, we can. The Cavs game is,
Oh,
coming
yeah?
on too.
How many?
35.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Oh my God.
Let's don't forget that.
We have to cut this short.
Yeah.
Game 3.
Okay, that's enough.
We do have the Singing Revolution movie. I wanted to play it today too. So we could start it now, or we could just break up and watch it after the game, or
Break up in small
or
groups.
tomorrow.
Discussion.
Well, whatever you deem to be necessary.
How long are those Cavs games?
Like 12.
I think it takes
11:30.
3 hours maybe.
Can't we just DVR it for the next hour and a half? Yeah, and then just fast forward in an hour.
Do you realize what you're doing to these? Look at his face.
Cavs game, we have to
We can
watch it.
record it,
That makes sense. Why don't you just record it?
and you
Then we
can
miss all the commercials and stuff.
then you just skip the commercials.
But make sure you know how to record.
Can we do that?
Don't screw up.
If you screw that up,
Is that all right? I mean, we can do that for the first half of the game.
I'm not
We
going to
can
involve in
tape
this.
record the Cavs game. We can turn on the Singing Revolution. When we get to the end of that, we can turn on the Cavs game and we just fast forward all the commercials. You don't have to watch all the crap.
No, that-
Everybody cannot answer their phone.
Yeah, no phone up here.
No texting.
It's smart.
Can we still see Sir Charles?
Or we could just watch the Singing Revolution after. But you
Yeah.
missed all the commercials.
No, we do that at Jeff. You know, we start looking at an hour after the game starts. You know.
Oh, you do?
And that works out good. Yeah.
Oh.
Miss a lot of commercials.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Dad. Thank you.
What?
Thank you for sharing.
No.
Yeah,
Well, thank you for putting up with me.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes.
I
But
know.
it's all right.
Yeah.
You put up with us, so you know.
That's
It's a
easy
mutual
part.
thing. But we thank you for giving us life, giving the beautiful life you did give to us. Because you did give us a beautiful life.
It wasn't a lot of effort, but yeah, you're welcome.
You get a lot of help from Mom. A lot of help.
All right. That's one.
I think we're officially done.
3,
2, 1. Cut!
done.
All right.
Round of applause,
That's
Lottie.
just how this.
We'll get Joey on the
Yeah, thank you.
TV, figuring that all out. Yeah.